This is 7 National News, and in our top story, all expatriate students at Abu Dhabi public schools have been exempted from overdue tuition fees for the past 3 years, upon the directives of President His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan. A total of 15,750 expatriate students in the capital will be exempt from paying a total of 192 million dirhams off the back of the President's initiative, according to a statement released by the Abu Dhabi Education Council. The move aims to provide a dignified life and stability for all residents of the UAE and to relieve their families of financial burdens ahead of the Eid al-Fitr and the forthcoming new academic year, as the government of Abu Dhabi places education as a top priority. In remarks ahead of the United Nations World Humanitarian Day, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the ruler's representative in the Western region and chairman of the Red Crescent Authority, has urged the international community to shoulder its full responsibility to alleviate poverty, hunger and the suffering of the increasing number of underprivileged people in hotspots worldwide. Sheikh Hamdan expressed hopes that the current global financial and economic crisis would not affect the international efforts to minimise poverty and food shortages. He also warned against the consequences of climate change and water scarcity on the poor and underprivileged communities. Meanwhile, he hailed the generosity of the UAE as an authentic value and approach to champion the weak and the underprivileged, as it continues to take up the humanitarian responsibility in all circumstances. That's upon the directives of the country's leaders. And 443 Somali families have received emergency food aid donated by the Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan Foundation. The effort is in line with the recent directives by President His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan to the foundation, in order to distribute food supplies worth 500 million dirhams to the poor in Yemen. Medical experts say during the summer months, many are susceptible to heat stroke, with daytime outdoor temperatures nearing 50 degrees Celsius. To make matters worse, many are unaware of the early warning signs, resulting in delayed diagnosis and complications. If neglected, heat stroke can cause damage to the brain, kidney, liver and muscles. Complications can be lifelong as well as life-threatening. Preliminary symptoms of heat stroke include profuse sweating, feverish flushed skin, fatigue, nausea, rapid pulse, blackouts, confusion and dark-coloured urine. Children under the age of 2, the elderly and those with heart conditions, diabetes, epilepsy and others are among those at high risk. Residents are advised to stay out of the sun between 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and are encouraged to maintain hydration. Those who suffer from heat stroke should seek medical help immediately. Private schools are being encouraged to remind students to apply for ID cards as the registration deadline looms. According to a local report, the Ministry of Education is asking schools in Dubai and the Northern Emirates to encourage students to register before the September the 30th deadline in order to avoid any fines. To register, students must fill out an electronic application form, and fees can be paid either online or at a typing centre. Children under 15 do not have to visit registration centres, as they are not fingerprinted. The UAE online job demand has witnessed a year-on-year growth of 32% in July. That's according to recruitment professionals. A study conducted by UAE-based career portal Monster.com revealed that Kuwait came out on top, with an annual growth of 36% in online job demand, followed by the UAE with 32%, while Qatar showed a 23% surge year-on-year in July. In Oman, online job demand grew 11% year-on-year, while Bahrain saw a growth of 9%. However, Saudi Arabia remained the only country that did not register any growth over July 2011 across the Middle East region. The hospitality sector continues to lead with 56% annual growth, while retail, trade and logistics continued to register strong growth of more than 40%. And finally, Dubai continues to attract international brands as the Cheesecake Factory made its first and much anticipated international debut on Wednesday night. It's the latest to join a host of American brands in the UAE and commits to give residents and visitors the authentic feel and taste. The Cheesecake Factory finally opened its flagship store in the region in partnership with Al Shire Trading Co. The restaurant occupies 13,851 square feet of space with 300 seats at the Dubai Mall, opposite the Dubai Aquarium. According to the Cheesecake Factory's chairman and CEO, David Overton, menu items will be made in-house to ensure quality and consistency. The excitement is hoped to continue as Al Shire says they already have an extensive expansion plan chartered to take the brand across the Middle East and beyond.
Mohammed Al Shire gave us a call and he asked if he could meet with us because normally we said no to anything outside the country. But after we met and he invited us to see the region, we were so impressed. We flew to Qatar, we flew to Abu Dhabi, we went to Kuwait. We were so impressed with the Dubai Mall. I think it's the nicest mall I've ever seen in the world. And when we saw the retail, we saw the business, we loved the Al Shire company. That's the reason why we said yes, and without that, we would not have been here today.
And up next, we have the day's business news, so stay with us.